and welcome to Heretic Owl Tarot. If you are here, you are a heretic hermit. More than likely. Otherwise, if you don't know, there is a link in the description below to get your human design chart, and it'll have your profile listed on there. So I figured we would just kind of recap some of the information that I was reading in the previous 3 readings that we've done. And then of course, we'll get on to the actual tarot reading. So, you know, it's interesting because your profile, you carry that double projection field, right? The projection of the 5th line, kind of that savior. You have the, what was that? The Wheel of Fortune. You have the goods, right? You can save the day. And that 2nd line, hermit, there's kind of this natural aptitude. I think it's generally like a natural genius that comes along with it, where, you know, there's just, you know, like it just kind of comes to you naturally. You're just good at the thing, whatever the thing is. It's not necessarily like you're good at absolutely everything. You can be, but you know, that 2nd line has a hard time recognizing those gifts within themselves. So that's where the projection of other people come from with that 2nd line, because other people might be able to see it and kind of call you out, right? However, with your profile, you call yourself out. You know, like you are your own stimulus. You're your own motivation. And it might even make you feel uncomfortable or suspect how other people kind of project those expectations on you. So over time, you may, you know, have found yourself hiding out a bit more. And by hiding out, I just kind of mean like maybe, you know, not engaging as much. But, you know, like one of the best things that you could probably do for yourself would be to remain detached. And uninvolved, right? Which is, I can imagine, so hard to do because, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty there about if you can live up to somebody else's projection. And that's the thing, right? Is like your profile, it's kind of like, damn, you know, or like F everybody else's projections, right? Like I'm going to show up and do my thing if I feel called to do so. And if you don't feel called to do so, don't do it. Easier said than done, I'm sure. Like I'm a 5/1, so, you know, I have that conscious 5th line. And, you know, my profile, I have karma with other people, right? Like I have to engage with other people in order to kind of like, you know, fulfill my little purpose or whatever. And with you guys, you carry your own karma. It's for you to decide, it's for you to discover what that karma is. I'm looking at my notes here. I just want to see if there was anything else I wanted to mention. Yeah, I think we're good. So, whoop. These cards are just like ready to talk to you. So let's shuffle with a little bit more intention here. We're looking for a message for our Heretic Hermits. For some reason, I have it in my head to say, yes, that is where like half of my business name came from, my profile being the Heretic Investigator. Obviously, you know, this channel is called Heretic Owl Tarot. So yeah, that's where it came from. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. I don't know if somebody was wondering about that. So here we go. Did I cut the deck? Well, we're in it now. Whoa. Sorry about that. What is that? 8 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Holy cow. 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords, and the Empress. And then we have the Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck. Okay. I'm definitely curious, like, how your profile is manifested in your life. Like, do you resonate with the information on that profile? I'm just curious. Like, of course, like I said, you know, my first line, I love hearing other people's perspectives. It just, of course, like, it helps gain knowledge on my end, but it also, you know, I mean, it just kind of expands my brain, and I love that. So if you feel like sharing, comment below. This is really cool. Actually, who's missing for the 8s? 8 of Pentacles is missing. That would have been real interesting if all 4 8s came out. But okay, so we'll go through each one of these. I love that we start with the 8 of Cups and we end with the Empress here. I think that's beautiful. You know, the 8 of Cups having to do with water, and our emotions, right? And the 8 of Cups talks about walking away from something. It's like you have explored everything in each one of those cups, and it's like, you know what? There's something better for me, because what they're walking towards is the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So, you know, there's clearly, like, there is this energy, of course, of, you know, it could be a behavior, it could be a thought pattern, it could be the way that you feel about yourself, it could be the way that you feel about your life, or it could even be the way that you feel about, like, your future, like what's coming up, right? But there is something that you're like, you know what, I'm going to kind of focus on what I want to bring in here. What am I calling into myself? And I love how it's paired with the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands, wands representing fire, action, communication. I see it as being the cards of information also, like whether you're giving information or getting it. So, I mean, like, you could be communicating whatever this is that you're moving on from. There could be some information coming in that's causing this 8 of Cups energy. Like, you could have learned something new, kind of out of the blue even. And you're like, you know what? Yeah, I'm done. Done with this. Moving on to my 9 of Cups. But again, I mean, this would either be somebody communicating with you or you communicating with somebody else. There's also, there's a snake on here. I don't know if you can see it, but there might even be like a Kundalini awakening happening here. Which could be why, like things are starting to move quickly. Because then we move on to the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles, I mean, these are all bees on here, right? So it's like building an empire almost. The Ten of Pentacles talks about legacy. It talks about, Pentacles having to do with our money. How we make it, how we spend it, how we save it. It has to do with our time, has to do with our physical body also. It's anything in the 3D world, anything that we can touch, the tangible monetary things. And I also love how in these 4 cards, there's every suit, which is also cool. Because I feel it's rare to have like the energy of each suit in a reading. Not that, yeah, I mean, it is kind of rare because I feel like I pointed out when it happens and it doesn't happen that often. So it's cool that all of that is here because it's kind of like all of those energies are literally here on the table. And it's kind of like, like you're really taking into account how you feel, how you want to go about doing things, how you think about it. And then, of course, like physically showing up for it. Like, how is it going to materialize? So anyway, like the Ten of Pentacles, like I said, it talks about legacy, building a legacy. It talks about, like there's this teamwork aspect going on here too. So, generally with the 10s, there are other people involved. The 9s are individual. Like we individually feel the energy of the suit, and 10s are when, like there's other people involved. It could be family. It could be, your community. It could be your workplace, your job. I even was thinking like social media. And with it being pentacles, right? I mean, like you would have enough. Like this is, not only do you have enough for yourself monetarily, but you have enough for everybody. Like everybody is going to be taken care of in the situation. So you're going to have more than enough. And then again, if it has to do with health, your health would be improving dramatically. And then we have the 8 of Swords here, which talks about, I always kind of see it as like this self-inflicted mind prison. It's, feeling like you can't see a way out, like maybe you feel like you can't even share your thoughts. Or, that like maybe nobody is even listening. And every time I look at like this image, I just kind of start to get dizzy. So it's like, all that stuff that just kind of like circulates in our brain. It's that hamster wheel type energy. But even too, the energy that creates, because, like we can see these, like little electricity bolts or whatever coming off of this, right? So it's kind of like static. It could even be trying to keep other people's projections off of you. Like, you know, kind of setting up like protections around yourself. Because it's like, you know, these swords aren't penetrating this inner thing here. And really the chaos is more so outside. While there's, you know, almost kind of like a harmony in here, like it's all kind of mirrored, right? Like that's very kind of interesting. The more that I look at it. And, you know, I mean, the eights talk about abundance. It's, you know, literally the infinity symbol. So it's also kind of like, you know, the energy starts flowing. So, you know, this could be what you are setting yourself up for. And this could be, you know, other people's projections. And just, again, like I said, like keeping them like, that's not mine. I'm sending it back. That is also not mine. Sending it back. It could even be like a concern about how it will be received. Because like there's this line here that says, when you are called to step in and help, you are asking people to believe in you. You have to stand on your charismatic power alone, and this can create much uncertainty, which would be the Eight of Swords. Because then we go over here to the Ten of Cups and the Empress. And, you know, the Ten of Cups is like the minor arcana card to the Sun card. It's like everything good, basically. You know, we go from the 8 to the 10. And again, with the 10s, it has to do with community, other people, family, friends, your network, right? I mean, you know, whoever else is in your realm of existence. But this feels like, I mean, like whatever you are kind of like gearing up to do, I mean, it seems like it would be beneficial to a lot of people, as well as you. So, you know, I mean, it's definitely like you could be, you know, it would depend, of course, on your strategy and authority, but there could be something that you are feeling called to do, and your strategy and authority is telling you that it would be correct for you to do. And this is, you know, like kind of the process that you're going through. So 10 of Cups, good stuff. Like it, you know, this would even say that it's going to be successful and well received, because then we have the Empress down here, which is, it could even be the minor arcana card, or well, the major, I should say, arcana card to the 10 of Pentacles, because it does talk about abundance. It talks about fertility, but I mean, it can be, of course, literal fertility, but it's more so about like birthing opportunities into existence. Like, you know, I mean, the right opportunities showing up for you, or you creating opportunities for other people. Again, you know, it has an abundance aspect to it. It's the divine feminine energy too. So, you know, we go into flow and intuition and receiving, because that's, you know, like, it's not gender, but just, you know, the energy of feminine, So, you know, like I said, you think about kind of being in the flow, allowing things to come and go, being in an energy of receiving and acting on your intuition. Which is absolutely gorgeous. How it's almost kind of like this is like just reassurance. You know, it's like you're gearing up here, coming out of that hermit mode, deciding to move forward with something. Definitely something that is going to set you up, like monetarily. And of course, you know, like just this fear of the uncertainty, which is fair. Absolutely. I have the left angle cross of uncertainty. And so I'm never going to be certain about shit. So I get it. I get how, you know, like that uncertainty can, you know, be a bit destabilizing. But we have this beautiful pairing of the 10 of Cups and the Empress. Like, it is going to be successful. It is going to be well received. And frankly, based on your profile, you don't even have to worry about that any damn way, because you should be doing exactly what you feel called to do, regardless of other people's input on it. And then we have the Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck, which talks about, you know, seeing things from a different perspective. There's an enlightenment quality that comes with the Hanged Man also. I'm just like getting this feeling of like, you know, just kind of wait to see how it unfolds. Like, give it a chance. Right? But also even maybe seeing this whole thing from a different perspective. Like seeing it from the perspective of your profile, like what is correct for you. Again, you know, strategy and authority, making sure that the thing that you want to do or step into is correct for you. We have the Knight of Cups, which is an offer. So there would be some sort of offer coming into you that you are going to feel good about. Seven of Wands, you know, like stand your ground. This feels more like, because, you know, I mean, the Seven of Wands, that is generally what it talks about, is just kind of, you know, standing in your power, kind of putting your foot down, not letting other people kind of talk you in or out of things. But this almost kind of feels like, people are like coming to you, which could be that fifth line. I mean, it could be the second line too, but you know, like people are kind of looking to you for I keep wanting to say like universalize, but like that doesn't make sense. Looking to you for universalize, like what? Oh my gosh, can we find the right words here? But like, you, it's kind of like they're picking up what you're dropping type of thing, right? So it's almost kind of like, you know, it brings more people to you. But of course, you know, like, I'm getting just kind of like an anxiety, like type of feeling about it. Yeah, because I mean, we have the Five of Pentacles behind there, like feeling like you can't meet that expectation. Because, you know, the Five of Pentacles, it talks about lack. But you do. And really, you know, like it like we were kind of talking about before, like you're not supposed to meet every single expectation any effing way. So it's kind of like, you know, you provide the information that you have an interest in. That's it. That is it. I love how this bird is like carrying the Ace of Wands here. It almost kind of looks like they're surfing. So, you know, again, it's always like for you guys, it's like really making sure you are like checking in with yourself, checking in with your strategy and authority. And when you need to retreat, you know, because that Hermit line needs a break from people. It's too much. Too much peopling. And it is not your responsibility to take on other people's projections. It's just not. So do what you want to do. Show up how you want to show up. And whatever the situation is for you. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.